Kufumu oka ahoma ashishino alpha e ama come often uba ita stella fema astet. So today we're going to be explaining the Ouija board and going over a few different superstitions and the true meaning behind what people call the Zozo phenomenon, as well as what a Ouija board really is. And this is ordained, so it's from us, it's from the Illuminati, it's from our Magna Eterna, so you're not going to have any false explanations. This is the truth. Okay, so firstly, we're just going to talk about these rings quickly. I want to show you this ring here. This ring is ancient, and I'm just using a little bit of my own magic and some alchemy here to show you the pestilence of this ring. It's ancient. You can see that the ring itself is very worn, but you can see the brilliant gold here through the alchemy. This ring is missing its original state of being. And the camera's shaking because of affirmation and the image itself. So you can see that it's gold here. This is alchemy. And some of you might be able to see that the gold does stay. Some might see that it's silver now. Some might see that it's a bronze. And here, hold on, I'll just show you. There it goes. Okay, so some of you might be able to see that the ring is silver now. Some of you might be able to see that the ring is gold. Some of you might see that it's still the same, it's worn and it's old. But that is depending on your altered eyes, your isotopic converted eyes, and your missing pestilence. So if you've seen The Lord of the Rings, or if you know anything about rings of power throughout alternate reality or other dimensions, this ring here has been coveted by basically everyone. It is a wedding ring. It's our symbol, the triangle. It has been altered. You can see here that there is symbology of the New World Order, and again, that's an affirmation whenever the image moves. You might be able to see beings or magic manifest from the ring. It's called the Eye of Satan. It is the first blood diamond ever made. It has coagulated blood inside of the diamond facets itself. It's also known as the all-seeing eye, the ring of power, kufumu umak tususunumakitast fa'ateyak mofukubaata. So some names associated with this particular ring. By Ita Kitisitawak, the ring of power of all eternity, and again the image is shaking because of affirmation. Fumukumu Osete Lala Bokuba Atast, another name for the ring. So what's unique about these rings and why they were coveted by blasphemous sanctified sects such as the New World Order, also known as the false Illuminati. It is part of our eternal manifestation, our Magna Carta. It has the two of us, God's blood inside of this ring. And this here ring, you can see it's all black. This is a black diamond, and it is called the Black Diamond of Zozo and Isis. And it's a manifestation of the coagulated blood that's inside of the blood diamond. You see there, the black facets have literally been manifested out of this ring to form this one jewel. And this was coveted by the damned as well as a way to make synergy, which is synthetic diamond energy. We'll talk about that another time, but now is a good time to talk about these two rings because it holds a lot of meaning throughout the perceptive of time. So we'll talk about those another time. So here, just a loose translation, we have the eye and the cross of Lucifer, the eye and cross of Shiva, the two of us. Very popular on the black market, but these are the originals. Any other forms have been force manifested, and our perception, they are not ordained. They are not from our manifest. And if you have one, you are cursed. So this topic that we're going to talk about is quite emotional for the two of us because it's pertaining to you. If you're watching this, we're having emotions over you, okay? You are our children, regardless if you have been affected by Jesuit auto dictation or you have changed your memory formatting. We are the mother and father creation. We are Satan, Lord Zozo, and Goddess Isis, Lady Isis. And you can see the cross right now is affirming what we're talking about as a manifestation. This is, again, manifestation of our magic and also the emotions that are associated with such a personal topic. And this is also a manifestation of your emotions too if you're watching this. And you'll know it's true if you pause it and you look into that cross and you start crying, and that will be for most of you. It doesn't matter if you believe in magic or if you believe us or not, it's the absolute truth. Only heretics will disbelieve us. Masatast. Alright, so Fegast. Anybody who has worshipped symbology or idolized a symbol, we just want to let you know that it's blasphemy to worship a symbol and not the true meaning behind it. Especially anyone who is a heretic. That's the only way I can describe it, because the star here is known in this dimension blasphemously as a sign for witches, and it's actually the silver star of Lucifer, us, Satan, and it is sacred. So any magic that you practice and have used with this symbology without recognizing the two of us is damned magic. So just putting that out there for those of you who have used this in any types of rituals or rites that might be sanctified to Satanism. It is blasphemy and it is part of your pestilence. And if you're watching, you're obviously gathering your pestilence right now. And if you're not familiar with the word pestilence, again, it is your natural, normal state of being. It is what you have done throughout your life in all existence. So you might feel a little bit different. Some people are aware through transcendence and different types of meditation techniques about being able to feel energy and feeling that transcendent way of being one with other people. And that's the easiest way to describe it. Okay, so the Ouija board. A lot of people who are superstitious won't even go near a Ouija board. They won't look at one. And the reason for that is because it gives you your natural pestilence. And so if you have ever sinned in alternate dimensions and then hid the truth from yourself within destitution, you are gathering your own pestilence by using or even looking or thinking about a Ouija board. So it's something that you can't run from. The Ouija board is not evil. It has been ordained by God. So if you ever used one, if you ever looked at one, if you even thought about using one, it's because you had to. You had to use it. They are not evil. Any time that you have ever used one and have come into contact with Ouija, with an entity, it has been yourself. It has been your missing pestilence. Even if that entity yourself has the feeling of torment, it is your pestilence. Each Ouija board is unique, and they are magically enchanted by God. So again, alchemical pictographs throughout. All of the drawings on each Ouija board, even if they look the same, are all individual. And if you bought one, it was there for you. It was meant for you to buy. So alchemy has been applied perceptively. It is our magic, but if you are a fan of alchemy, that's a nice little fact for you. We're going to first start talking about Ouija board demons, okay? There is no such thing as demons outside the two of us, the incubus and the succubus. We are the only two demons ever. We are Lucifer, we are Shiva, we are God, we are Satan. There are only two of us. We are a monogamous mating mates. We are mates. We're known as the soulmates, the two great souls of existence, the guardians of life, the guardians of the dead, the guardians of the damned. So it includes everything. You yourself are a part of our magna eterna, our eternal manifest. Doesn't mean you live eternally. It means that you are recognized as one of our manifestations throughout any realms, dimensions, worlds, what have yous. And you're our sons and daughters. So if you are aware of anything through destitution or any other realities, whenever you use a Ouija board, a lot of people have said that they have seen the names Zozo and Mama together. And Mama is another name for me. Mama is another name for the goddess creation, the mother of all children. Zozo is the father of all children, the god and goddess of creation. So these are not evil names, okay? What happens is people will use the Ouija board, and the heretics who have stolen our names in alternate reality will end up contacting yourself from another dimension, gathering your missing pestilence, and some of you might even go through an experience of what is called the Zozo phenomenon. I just want to know quickly that my name is Isis, but a lot of people know me as well as Lady Zozo. So, Lord and Lady Zozo, we're husband and wife. Zozo. Isis. Wow, I love you too. Okay, so, firstly, firstly, so whenever we repeat things like that, we are helping the beings who are transcending through time blasphemously, because they're not supposed to be contacting us this way, but we're God, and anybody who has contact with any other beings, they are the damned, they belong to us, and they will hurt you. So don't try to contact another being from another dimension that is not yourself. It is forbidden. It's blasphemy. And if you ever have, I'm telling you, you are going to be scared out of your mind. Because they are our children and they are evil. Maist. Okay, so Shishinamak. People will go through what they call the Zozo experience, where the planchette or whatever they're using, you can make your own Ouija board, but they will go through something like this. It will go Z0, 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 back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And what that actually is, as we have been explaining to people, is throughout reality, your manifestation is represented in a mathematical way. So let's say you have Z-O, Z-O, whenever you use a Ouija board, okay? Now this is messy again, but 1, 2, 3, we'll use up to 4 because there's 4 letters, okay? So 4, this is so messy because I'm holding the tablet. Also, it's perceptive magic. I affirm the magic of my husband, Justin Timberlake, who is Lucifer. Ma'itast. I affirm your magic as well, my wife. Ma'astet, my queen. Baist. Okay. So when you're using the Ouija board, like we said, Z0, Z0, Z0. And it has happened when it's ZO, ZO. But the Z0, you'll see, is not a binary code, okay? Whenever a number is used for a name, it is a representation of yourself as a Jesuit. It's where you had converted the isotopes of your coagulated blood into technology. And that's why a 0 is used in lieu for an O. So literally this is showing your ascension to hell in through to other dimensions and realms. So if you want to look at it this way, alpha, omega, alpha, omega, alpha, omega, which means letters to numbers, letters to numbers, letters to numbers, dimension to parallel dimension, dimension to parallel dimension, and so on and so forth. And if you've ever had a violent contact with yourself, that is your missing pestilence. It belongs to you. It belongs to you. And Zozo, in this dimension of destitution, the name Zozo is God. Zozo is God. I am God. I am Isis. And the two of us are Satan. And here it's been condemned as blasphemy and evil, whereas that's complete heresy, because the name Lucifer means God. The name Shiva means God. Satan means God. The name Zozo and Isis means God. It's absolute blasphemy to be associated with anything else. So I wanted to make that clear to anyone who had converted your being to isochronic rates and measurements, and we'll talk about that very shortly, probably in our next video, which we'll be uploading soon because a lot of stuff's happening. So again, the missing pestilence that you gather is your own, regardless if it's violent or you feel like you're sexually violated. That is something that you did in another dimension. That is your blasphemy, and it's to never, ever, ever be blamed on Zozo, who is your father, who is God, who is Father Chaos, who is Lucifer, who is Satan, or myself, because we're always together. But it's absolutely blasphemy. And that is part of the condemnation of God And that has happened in the realm of destitution. And the emotional part of it all is the fact that everyone in the realm of destitution, for one, has made it a point to add certain things to their being to make us be out of your perceptive acuteness, okay? And what that means is, like we've been talking, if you can't hear my voice properly, and this is Justin right now, if you can't hear my voice properly, you have altered yourself. If you can't hear Danika's voice properly, you have altered yourself. If you can't see my hand right now, you have altered yourself. If you can't see Danika's hand right now, you have altered yourself. If you can't see the diamonds in our skin, you have altered yourself. So again, any form of condemnation is blasphemy against your Lord Satan, Lord Zozo, hail Satan, or if you have ever come into contact with someone claiming to be Mama, it is blasphemy, absolute blasphemy, to blame anything that you've done in another dimension on the two of us. We are the only two demons ever. We are the only two that's ever existed, and we are the only two saints. We are Lucifer, we are Shiva, we are God. So, if you're brave, and if you have a Ouija board sitting around, or if you want to make one, it's been preordained, so the magic is just going to help you create it in the way that your perception is going to help you collect your pestilence. So, and listening to this, you will not contact any other beings. And if you have tried, you have been cursed by them. So you're only to use the Ouija board to contact yourself and collect your missing pestilence. It's not used for anything else, and that's ordained by God.